Hi, how are you? I wish that you are good and that you feel happy. Please subscribe our channel and support us to work on more love and awareness for the world around us. Today our theme is making love, sex and feeling love, and our topic for our theme is heart-to-heart connection. We look at making love much broader way and see it at last as lifelong process and sex as life energy within us all and not as sex acts that are happenings after puberty age, a long path of making love process from birth to death. You'll get more detailed answers by looking our first video of this theme of making love, sex and feeling love. Today we look into heart-to-heart connections within theme of making love, sex, and feeling love. A heart-to-heart talk refers to an honest conversation between two people. When sharing it to heart talk, the individuals involved, or as lovers or partners, will generally share innermost thoughts and feelings that may pertain to anything. A heart-to-heart talk essentially involves trusting in the other person as well. So, if you wish to have a heart-to-heart conversation with other, it needs to be based on trust, and then it can be worked upon for more love and awareness. As desires are involved in intimate relationships for having more experience and to explore, it is commitment and a heart-to-heart matter. This facilitates both towards deepening into a true heart-to-heart relationship whose currency is loving, honoring, respecting, cherishing, joy, and loving memorable moments. Therefore, sit down in a heart-to-heart conversation with your lover or partner with trust for more love and freedom to be. First, let's talk about what means a heart-to-heart conversation. Heart-to-heart conversation is a discussion that requires deep level of honesty and fair amount of vulnerability. Oftentimes, in this conversation, in our hearts, we should be having already have had openness for vulnerability, but we are nervous about it and eagerly put it off. Heart-to-heart sharings are delicate, difficult conversations that are most likely about decisions on your path of making love process. Decisions in which you feel deep need to help you and your partner in your relationship or marriage. These decisions and the emotions around them can feel like too hard to face, and you may feel like you are stuck, overwhelmed, or drowning by them. Even the word vulnerability makes people beware of such possible happenings, but there are no shortcuts having an honest conversation in which mutual trust can be established without surrendering to be vulnerable. Only when you initiate a vulnerable conversation, you open yourself from your heart. Your partner or lover who receives your honest opinions begins to see that they too can open to you and trust. And love becomes possibility for you too. So, only way on path of making love process of lifetime is to come out ahead in such conversations. They are to avoid unnecessary longings and sufferings with awareness of how to feel love by yourself first. Sex is life energy within us all, and sex acts are happenings among lovers and not to be confused with sex or making love process. This needs to be clear in mind with letting go of thoughts by surrendering to trust. Sex is ultimately who you are with awareness of love as possibility to blossom for you from within you as you alone are source of love. Be careful about where and when to have a heart-to-heart conversation. So it is best to talk first of concept of what is heart-to-heart conversation with your lover or partner before going ahead in the depths of surrendering and trusting. Might get badly hurt by your feelings only by thinking that it is good idea that you have received and you feel ready. You might be ready, but your lover may not be yet ready for heart-to-heart conversations. Do not hurry, but be joyful to surrender into trust with your lover or partner first, with awareness of what is heart-to-heart conversation before jumping into sufferings and pains. Trust on me with this, and you will avoid many heartaches, even separations and divorce. Be in process of making love within yourself, and always first listen to your heart with patience, as thoughts come and go from moment to moment endlessly. Do not fight with thoughts. Simply let them come and go. Remember that heart-to-heart conversations are about being vulnerable to others, to someone you are supposed to love more than yourself. Moreover, let this insight be guiding message into mirroring of other within yourself as he or she feels same way and is also vulnerable in opening heart to you. Always cherish this awareness of other as deeply vulnerable human being before entering heart to heart conversations. Create intimate spaces with patience to have possibilities to have such conversations, but do not hurry. Always start by saying, I feel that, and never, do you want? As it is ultimately about you at last, and therefore about being responsible of your life first. Let sex be your life energy and be joyful with this awareness unfolding within you. And always start from within with, I feel that, feel what is in your path of lifelong making love process that is hindering your love to blossom with your lover or partner. Now, acknowledge Acknowledge it with your lover so that he or she understands where you are coming from. You can do this by prefacing your comments to separate this conversation from the other casual conversations you have had daily basis with each other. If feeling is mutual for heart-to-heart conversation, remind to him or her that you are speaking from the heart by looking into eyes with each other. You may say something like this to open heart-to-heart conversation with your lover or partner. I feel like to talk to you about something as a friend of yours. Yes, I am a lover of yours too. I wish to have a talk with you because I love being with you and I love to see you happy and joyful. Right now, though, I feel that you are in pain. It is okay to start of you yourself too, also, but beware of becoming beggar of love as you are source of love in your heart. You may ask lovingly questions of your partner that allow him or her to relieve what they are comfortable with, but do this with cautiously. Be clear that you are helping him or her to brainstorm possible solutions or to discover options, and that you are not making recommendations. Simply listen with your open heart. Support your lover by asking, what can you do to help? By doing this, you will guide your lover to understand that they are responsible for the solutions to, to the underlying issue, but that you are together. Many of us just need a sounding board to work out our frustrations. And when you offer mutual exploration rather than advice, you allow them to arrive at their own conclusion and therefore feel more empowered. When you allow them to arrive at their own conclusion, you ensure that you both feel heard, trusted, and respected. The goal of heart to heart conversation is to create space and time for that to happen lovingly. Remember that nothing is off the record during the heart to heart sharing, and your inner making love process is always on. Making love is a process within us, and sex is life energy, and making love as process creates beautiful forms of sex from moment to moment. Let's create some togetherness for us with following method as we start our making love process of lifetime as dreamers. Allow life energy to be expressed with shaking, rowing, and waving hands to awaken life energy within. Then turn this into an explorer and allow life energy to be expressed with playing hands as playful energy grows from within. Now, allow life energy turn into a builder phase, a stabilizing energy of life being expressed as dancing together in a creative way. Fourth phase is the way of friend with witnessing energy of life. And then it is time for rejoicing energy in a hugging posture, standing or sitting. Last phase is giver of love, and it is time to look each other lovingly and simply smile with joy. 42 minutes per day guarantees success for you two as lovers or partners for making love process, but even 14 minutes per day is sufficient for great sex life. Even a minute or two per day is vastly better than nothing, as connection happens in every togetherness meeting from moment to moment effortlessly. You may shape all your love together meetings as they suit best for two of you, but have all five phases included into this making love together meetings. So have some shaking, rowing, and waving hands first, then playing hands that leads to dancing together, the way that suits you two the best. Last two phases start with hugging, that is followed with looking each other lovingly and simply smiling. If you feel fulfilled by this video, please push the like button, subscribe, and be part of growing awareness of making love and sex. Thank you.